Okay, hi everyone, it's Koinzell here. So this is a Genshin Impact video. I'll upload the BDM video for the patch notes later today as well. So the first off, let's talk about the Zhongli. Second buff, he was buffed the first time, and after that first buff, I actually went all out and sim on C6 Zhongli, and we got him. I have a C6 Zhongli right now, and now with the second buff here, they're finally buffing his support ability by giving him an effect where he reduces all elemental and physical resistance just by having the Jade Shield. Okay, so this is really good, by the way, because the way resistance works in the Genshin Impact, I will just briefly go through that once I go through the adjustment notes itself, and I'll explain why Zhongli's this particular buff on resistance reduction is actually much better than you think. Yeah, okay. So let me just quickly read through what they're saying. Yeah, especially since it's a 5-star character, the strategy value is really much lower. Okay, so look at the AoE here. The moment this mob swings in here, the miniature, it enters the AoE and gets the debuff. So it's actually pretty huge. Any melee character will definitely be able to hit him, and most of the shorter range skills would definitely be able to enjoy this effect. And for the longer range skills, I suppose with the shield on, even with my Ningguang, sometimes I just let the mobs come near, I don't really mind. And this distance means that they will be able to get the debuff, so it's really good. Now let's look at the damage buff itself. There's 450 here, right, per tick. Here, it's sitting 1087. It's a huge difference, but of course, I suspect that it's not clear the demonstration here. For the pre-demonstration, right, is it without the previous buff or with the previous buff, right? I suspect that it's without. So what you're seeing is the first buff for the second buff together. Okay, but it's still pretty good. It's definitely a very welcome buff, especially since you can't really get more Zhongli now, so it's really good. And now to see how the other elemental part works. So you see 2.6k per tick from the ores on this side. Here you see 2239. So there's a boost of about 400 damage. So it's really good. 400 damage, yes, this is about in tune with the 20%, meaning that I don't think there's any additional resistance here that the miniature has. Okay, this is just a very long description of how the overall adjustment will be. Effectively, this is the final state, or rather, as of now, the final state. So it will create a stone steel. If you don't already have 2 on or 2 or 1 depending on your constellation, C0 or C1. Damage absorption, skilling based off of max HP. This is as is, even right now, before the buffs. 150% physical and elemental, this was the buff from previous. Today's buff will be the resistance reduction. Okay, the rest of it remains the same. So let's talk about why this is really good. On a mob, say Ruin Guard, right? Ruin Guard has like 70% physical resistance. So let's say initially, if not for his resistance, you have dealt 3000 damage, for example. The 3000 damage is going to be reduced by the resistance, effectively dealing only 900. Okay, as a very simple example. With the reduction resistance of 20%, it means that it's actually 0.5. Okay, oh wait, sorry, it should be 1500. I entered one less number there. It should be 3000 times 0.5, which is 1500. 1500 divided by 900, you are actually dealing 66% more damage from a 20% resistance, because this is the way the resistance works. And you will see this most obviously when you use Razor. if you happen to have a C4 Razor, because C4 Razor's effect is that when you use his elemental skill, the E on PC, what happens is that you notice that the Ruin card takes significantly more damage than 15%. And if you use his E followed by his Q, your E is reset and you use the key again, E again, you'll see that you are doing a lot more damage to the Ruin guard, because that is how resistance more or less works. I don't have the exact formula, but based on a very simple test in game, I found that this seems to be the case. So it's a very huge boost in the damage. Okay, I also went online to check, and it seems like general consensus is this as well. Okay, so it's really amazing. This means that the Zhongli's buff is going to do a lot of damage to mobs with high resistance. A lot more damage to mobs with high resistance, provided you are using the element that they have a high resistance against. But the way it works for the resistance reduction after 0, meaning that if that mob doesn't have any additional resistance, the resistance reduction effect is actually reduced. So there's a bit of a balance in that sense. Okay, it's actually halved. But I will take resistance reduction anytime, because most of them, the mobs that have a high resistance are the stronger mobs, like the Stonehide Lavature. That particular mob has like 70% Geo resistance, and on my Geo comp with all the Geo resistance kicking in, I'm pretty sure my damage will increase by a lot, and I'll take that anytime versus just a simple 20% damage bonus, for example. Okay, I'll take this anytime. 66% both, guys. It's a lot. Okay, so I hope you guys can appreciate why this particular Zhongli buff is so good. But with this being so good, I also have concerns that the previous buffs, they are going to reduce the HP percentage buff that you are getting from the damage. So what I'm talking about is this HP percentage. I think they might tune this down, because otherwise there's really a lot of buffs on Zhongli. Not that I'm complaining, of course. I would love to get all these buffs as is right now, based on what they have announced as the final mode. Even the Stone Steel itself also does a very nice amount of damage with the 1.9% max HP. You may think that it's not a lot, but if you think about it, if you have 10k HP, every 10k HP you're actually dealing 190 damage, additional 190 damage. Right now my Zhongli is not really fully built yet, and I already have like 28k HP. So that's already 400 plus damage, right? So this is really good, but I'm kind of worried that it will reduce the percentages here. Okay, but let's see how it goes in, let's see, 5 weeks time. Yeah, 1.3 is still 5 weeks away, guys. It's still quite a bit of time. Alright, okay, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.